I told us something some times ago, a particular story that I read about a professor who walked into the lecture hall and told the student that there's going to be an impromptu test, that there's going to be a test that was not planned for. And then he called upon the class rep to distribute the question papers. And the question papers were dropped in front of all the students facing the ground. So when they were through with the distribution, he asked the student to turn it and begin to answer the question. And so everybody turned papers, but they realized that the paper was plain. There was nothing written. But towards the end of the paper, there was a small dot that was black. Just a small dot that was black. After a little bit of confusion, they started writing. And they wrote and wrote and wrote for like an hour. And he said, pens up. And then everybody submitted their answer sheets. And then the professor stood in front of them and started reading them out, what everybody wrote. And when he was through with reading out what most of the people wrote, the class went very silent. And after some moments, he now looked towards the people and said, I am not going to record or mark this as one of your assessments for the term. But I wanted you to look at how we take life. That the paper, the white part is so big, but that none of you wrote anything about the white part. That everybody wrote something about the black dot at the edge of the paper. He says the same way that we do with life. That in our lives, a lot of good things that God has done. But if there's one small thing that is not yet done, that almost all humans will put their emphasis and their focus on that small part, and they will not enjoy every other thing that God has done. You have a job, you have a car, you are married, you are whatever, but you just been married for 9 months, you are not yet pregnant, and you don't remember that the husband that you prayed for 4 or 5 years that God has given you, you've forgotten. The car, the job, and even your health, you have forgotten. And then it deprives us of the joy that God has given to us. It pains God, who did every other thing. And then also reflects on the fact that we are not grateful. And also it affects our faith. Because if I have done 99%, and because I haven't done one, you can't believe me because of my antecedent. You can't believe me because of the 99% that I have done. It offends everyone who is involved. And for a lot of us seated here this morning, your complaint is that maybe you are not yet married. But the truth is, the fact that you are qualified to be married, everything is fine. It's just for the time to be right for the man to show, and you are not happy. You forgot the scripture that with joy will you draw out of the well of salvation. It's an attack of the enemy not to be joyful. Because he knows if you are not joyful, you can't take the benefit that you have in redemption. It's with joy that you can draw out of the well of salvation. Whatever you don't have yet is going to come. It's going to come. And it's not because of any special thing that you are doing or that you will do, but because of the mercies of God.
Stay connected at Gracebreed NG on Facebook, Instagram, and X.